you guys want to come and look at the computer screen inside, so it's going to be red, and that means that there is an alarm thrown. So basically the system knows that something is wrong with the system because obviously that blower just kept on going. They don't know that carrier made it back here. So for a service call, if I got this call, instantly I'm going to be like, okay, that optic ain't reading that, because that optic is strictly meant for when that carrier passes through, it turns off that blower. And then it lets it drop down into here, and then it'll obviously go into, it'll beep and let you know. Yep, and you can see, and you all can see that green light right here through that green. That is the optic.
Okay.
That is what, sees the carrier going through.
It's kind of fortuitous, it's right there.
Yeah.
That's actually
Convenient.
I love how easy it is right there. I've had it in some weird spots, trust me. So how to clear this? So let's say I figured out the problem. So right here it says inbound carrier late. So let's say I go to the hospital and I'll get a lot of these error codes, and what would happen is either, well, I just showed you the optic could be bad and then it threw it into an alarm because it can't tell that it made it here.
Yeah.
Or a blower motor could be bad and that carrier could just be moving really, really, really slow, and there's a timer. So if they don't make it to the station in a period of time, it's gonna be like, hey, this carrier's late, there's another issue. So it could be a lack of pressure or vacuum, or there could be a leak of air in that diverter, for example. There's a very slim chances of that happening, but I've definitely had that happen. So this is how you clear your alarm. So you go to this menu up here, it says alarms, and you click on the alarm. Then you go down here. Let's say I figured out what the problem was. So I just made that myself, so I'm gonna type in NA. And then you click.
What'd you do back there?
So that was me making this thing go into alarm. I unplugged the optic so it couldn't see the carrier coming in. Okay. So you guys, any more questions on the alarm on the computer software aspect? It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
You just click on it and write what happened, and then that's all. Let's do that.
Does any of these alarms or anything get tracked and sent back to you guys so you guys can kind of...
So I was talking to our programmer, and when this building has internet access, we could over the phone, we can call whoever is in charge here, and we could download TeamViewer onto this computers. We could remotely take over, and we can troubleshoot over the phone from Michigan.
Okay.
So,
do you have business hours in Michigan, or is it something they can call?
So how it works is I'm a technician. I'm available 24 hours. You guys can call me over the phone, and I can troubleshoot whenever. So I'm here for you guys. So I did the install. So
Bless your heart.
Let's say something gets stuck and we're not able to fix it with the computer. How fast would it take for someone to get out here? Because let's say if it's early in the morning.
Well, first things first, I mean, we should have enough to keep working. I mean,
No, but what I'm saying is, Brinks gets here at 11, 11:30. What about that money gets stuck before they did?
then it gets stuck. I mean, you know, we're not gonna magically levitate and pull money out if something happens up there. If it's something that you can fix on the computer, that'll probably happen much quicker.
Okay, so I do have a scenario. So let's say you're sending money and you sent however money and it didn't make it there, and you're like, oh crap, it's stuck, right?
Yeah.
So what you could do as an operator, so let's say I want to try to get that carrier back myself because it didn't make it there. You go here, and then you're gonna go to, oh my gosh, probably should be better than that. There's two options here. So this is different from the remote. The remote only had maintenance feature for the station. This has a blower maintenance mode because it's controlling that too. And same code,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. And then you can go, so let's say I sent that there and I want to try to get it back to me. I'm gonna press vacuum. It's gonna stop. See if you can get that carrier back. Same for pressure. So let's say you wanna, I've never done the pressure side, but like, let's say that's the only instance you would need to use that, is like you're trying to get a carrier back. Or you could do this, if you sent a carrier all the way to that that booth and you wanna bring it back to yourself, that's a option to do this.
And there's no vacuum or pressure option in the feed booth, just over here, right?
Only over here on the main
one.
on the main control. Yep. And yeah, that's honestly the simplest I've seen. This is like kind of like our direct delivery system. I was telling Dave this